Welcome back to the Monetization Mastery community. I apologise for the delay in producing this part 2 of this in-stream ads video and a potential hack that we found that could work for getting your monetization back on pages which have been struck with limited originality of content. If you're new, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos like this in the future. Now this is a part 2 to a video that I did maybe a week or so ago, whereby I was trying a technique to remove limited originality of content from a Facebook page. And in effect, what we were doing is talking about using the live gaming approach and applying for the STARS program, or the Facebook Level Up program effectively, to remove the limited originality of content violation on a page through some kind of loophole hack type thing. Since then, I've had a number of challenges, and the delay in the video is because I had some issues with my Mac, which is very frustrating to use in terms of live streaming games. It kept shutting down, so I spent 2 days optimizing my Mac to make that work. I also had some issues with Facebook, no surprise there, where effectively Facebook, they weren't registering the videos that I created as part of the criteria, so I had to wait for their system to update, which was quite frustrating. So in the meantime, what I've been doing is trying this on a bunch of different pages and just seeing what the outcomes were. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to share you some of the examples, what happened to different pages, and what the current statuses are on those pages, and what actually happened. So we're in Creator Studio, and we're going to do that right now. So this is the first page that I attempted this on. Now this was a red flagged page that I've had that's been red flagged for a number of years. It's never been able to earn since maybe a year or two ago. And there's no sign of this page ever coming back. It doesn't seem to have ever got rid of the flag. They seem to have almost put some kind of hard flag on it. This is a red flag page, and what I originally had on this page before I started the process was I had 4 violations listed here. 3 reds for these ones that you can see here, and 1 yellow which said other monetization tools may not be available, or something to that effect. So when I went through the gaming process, so effectively I streamed 2 videos within 14 days and applied for the Facebook Level Up program, which is the gaming program that was designed to remove this flag. And then the idea was, because on this page I couldn't submit a requesting a review, I would just wait. Now what actually happened was, oddly, the yellow flag that was at the bottom did seem to disappear, but I'm still stuck with these red flags. So attempt 1 was a sort of royal failure, and I think the situation here is as I described in the part 1 video, in that if you are red flagged, there is a possibility that this might not work for you, and I did outline that in the part 1 video, which is worth checking out, and I'll put a link to it at the end of this video so you can have a look at it. So let's have a look at a different page. So this is a second page that I attempted the process with. So I've done this very recently because other things were being a bit slow, so I decided to have another go, and I got some very strange results with this one. So this was originally just a yellow flag page, so as per this violation down here, this kind of limited originality where it's yellow, so this page had never been monetized ever. It's never been set up for in-stream ads or anything like that, but for some reason was flagged with limited originality of content, which would have stopped me from applying to the program if this flag wasn't removed. So again, I haven't really made any money from this page ever, so what I thought I would do is go in and just see if I can get it working. So I published the 2 videos and 4 hours worth of streams in 2 videos within a 14-day period. And then what I did is I applied for the STARS program. Now, which is, well, not the STARS program, the Level Up program, which effectively allows you to earn money from what they call stars, which are, I think they're worth about a penny each, so hardly worth pursuing unless you're a massive gamer. But I got some very strange results. So the limited originality of content violation didn't remove, firstly, so I haven't applied a requested review yet, and I might do that in a second on this video so we can see what happens and do a part 3 update. But I also got this horrible connected entity violation, which basically says this page is connected to an entity that's gone against our partner monetization policies. So I haven't seen that for a while, and it just shows how random Facebook is. So in this case, it's kind of made a total mess of things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on this button, and I'm just going to request a review, quite honestly, and just see what happens, and I'll report back if I have any useful information in the future on this page. So didn't quite work for this one. Now this is another page where I've attempted this already. Now I haven't requested a review on this page either, but this is an example of a page where I haven't actually applied to the Level Up program on purpose. And what I'm doing with this one is I'm just going to wait. So this was only finished yesterday. So what I'm hoping to do this, I'm going to leave this page alone, and I'm just going to see if Facebook on its own somehow recognises that I'm in a live gaming space without submitting an appeal. And I'm just going to see what happens here. But at the moment, this is the same situation as the previous page I showed. So it's never been monetized. It's never been used for monetization, but it still has this limited originality of content. And if in a few days this doesn't disappear, I will try appealing to see if that will disappear. So that's another page example where it hasn't quite worked out yet, but who knows what will happen next. So now on to the final page, and this is a strange one. So for this page, I've just come into the sort of the live dashboard view, because this is normally where you'd apply for the Level Up program. And you can see here it's quite strange. So I have actually created 2 videos within 4 hours, but for some reason Facebook didn't recognize that I'd done that, and almost kind of wouldn't allow me to apply for this program. And this is one of the first pages I tried it on, and for some reason this just won't update. So basically I can never apply for it. The really odd thing about this page though is it actually worked. So when I did the 2 live videos, within a couple of days after, as you can see from the screen, the monetization for issue with limited originality of content, the yellow flag, that actually disappeared. Now this page is the same as the other ones I showed you earlier, whereby it was originally had a yellow flag. It's never been onboarded to in-stream ads, so I've never earned any money with it. But in this case, I didn't have to apply for the Level Up program. I just did a couple of videos on the live gaming side, set the page name, page category to a video gaming creator, as the requirements from the first video, so don't forget to check that out if you're not sure how this works. And this seems to, for some reason, Facebook decided that, yeah, you are now a live gaming page, but we don't care because you haven't done anything wrong. So it removed the limited originality content violation. So there's no other content on the page at all, really, which is quite baffling. So I'm not quite sure how consistent the approach is. What I would say is that I've been able to now get this flag cleared. So now what I'm going to explore over the next few weeks is trying to get this page monetized. Because originally when I set it up, I had a plan to do that. And then as soon as it got flagged with the limited originality of content, I just gave up. I thought, oh, Facebook are flagging everything again. But what I might do is try and monetize this page now and see what actually happens. And obviously I can update you in a future video as to what happens. So the takeaway here is that, yes, Facebook is very inconsistent. Creator Studio is very inconsistent. Quite honestly, it's a mess. You'll see all sorts of notifications. I mean, I'm currently being invited to the in-stream ads reserve program, which is for high yield advertising. But I don't actually think any of my pages are eligible for that. And it's quite strange, even though I'm seeing a notification in Creator Studio telling me that I am. So I do have some concerns that generally Creator Studio is broken at the moment, especially with their change to Meta and all the integration. It doesn't look like they've rebranded this or done anything with it. So I don't really know what to expect. One thing I do know is that the process worked for one page, but didn't work for some others. And in fact, in one case, it turned my pages, it added a red violation to the page instead of a yellow one. So it all kind of almost backfired. But I think if you're unable to earn or onboard onto in-stream ads, there is no harm in giving it a go. So just a brief synopsis of what you actually have to do. Again, if you haven't watched that part 2 video, I'd suggest you go and watch that. But in effect, you need to set up a page category for your page to be a gaming video creator, and then you need to do 4 hours worth of live streams over 2 videos and within a period of 14 days. And if you do that, then there is an option to apply for this Facebook Level Up program. And the theory is that you should be able to get your page back. Now, as you've seen from my examples, in one case I got a page back, in another case I didn't, and in other cases they're still sitting there and I don't actually know what's happening with them at the moment. But I thought it was worth sharing because there is some value to be had, and if you are literally sitting on your page and you've got nothing going on with it and you've got no options, why not give it a try? So I've seen a couple of comments over the last few weeks saying that this is an old process and it doesn't work. What I've demonstrated here is that it does work, and I've proved that it effectively works. Whether the page will last, I don't know, but it did seem to remove that yellow flag violation. So If it worked for me, why wouldn't it work for somebody else? I'm not saying it'll work for everyone's page, and I'm not advising everyone to go ahead and do the process if they don't feel like it's worthwhile to do. But what I have found with this is that it worked for me on a page, and for one page it didn't work, and a couple of pages I don't know whether it has or hasn't worked. So I'll eventually post a part 3 when I've got some more news on what's happening with this, and if I can find out any more information about it. In the meantime, it's worth a go. So get yourself over and click the link at the end of the video. You'll see my part 1 where I explain exactly what the process is and what you need to look out for and how you need to do that. And I'm sure you'll get some good value out of it. In the meantime, hopefully you found some form of value in the video, and hopefully if you can achieve some of the similar steps to me, you might be able to get your page back. So all I would ask is that if you can give me a thumbs up on the video, leave me a comment and let me know how you got on. And obviously if you've got any other questions about Facebook, I'd love to talk about that. I endeavour to answer all of my comments, so please do that. And of course subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss another video about this series or any other video that I put on the channel, which is always about making money using Facebook and other online tools. With that said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.